Each time the prisoner took his medicine, he would quietly spit it out whenever the guard wasn't watching. Then he'd casually pick up a box of yarn. Once he'd gotten rid of all the medicine, he swiftly pulled a thin thread from the box. Next he took out the pill he had hidden beforehand and tied it tightly to the medicine bottle. Using the thread, he carefully fastened the string to his teeth. Then Jack slowly slid the bottle into his mouth. Bit by bit he clenched his fist hard until he had swallowed the bottle into his stomach. After that he dismantled a lighter, removed the flint inside, and then wedged it into the gap beneath his fingernail. Once he confirmed it could throw a spark, he immediately hid the flint away. This was the first step of his escape plan. Soon Jack was loaded onto a helicopter, but Jack wasn't being released from prison. Instead, he was being taken to donate bone marrow to a gravely ill boy, because the boy's rich father had paid $5 million to have Jack killed. By then the preparations for surgery had already been completed. Now they merely waited for Jack to be escorted in. As the helicopter touched down, a line of police cars quickly cleared a path for the prison van. They drove unhindered all the way to the hospital entrance. At this moment, the warden was utterly solemn, because Jack in the prison van was like walking cash to him. But just then, the police dog seemed to catch Jack's scent, only for Jack to scare it off at once. When Jack saw the confidential papers being handed to the hospital staff, he instantly realized that he now belonged to the wealthy man. Jack looked at the rich man before him with deep gratitude. If not for this man, he would never have had a chance to escape. After learning that Jack was a high-risk, dangerous inmate, the doctors could only lift him carefully onto the hospital bed without taking off his handcuffs. When the doctor responded to Jack's compliment, she decided to remove the cuffs for him. That was when Jack bit open the medicine bottle he had swallowed earlier, because Jack knew the doctor was about to anesthetize him, so he prepared himself at once. The nurse hurried to inject the anesthetic into Jack. After the injection, Jack closed his eyes. On the other side, the boy waited for the bone marrow transplant, while the nurse thought Jack would soon lose consciousness. Little did she know Jack wasn't passing out at all.